Okay, welcome everyone to Crypto Thinkers Fibonacci YouTube channel, and it's me, Tinker, and I'm going to take you through our next indicator lesson that Royal Q has added to the trading section. So last time we talked about the Bollinger Band, we also talked about the MACD, we talked about RSI. If you are not on our lecture hall page, you check in our this video's description, you find our channel link there. So you join the lecture hall to get some extra information there. Okay. So today we are just going to take you through the basics of the pivot point. Okay, basics of the pivot point. So the pivot point is over here. Okay, so when you open your Royal Q, I'm using LOKA USDT as my case study. Okay, we're going to use that asset for this, and to get it, you look for the asset, and then you come to technical indicators on your Royal Q, and you click on the pivot point. So you see that when you click on the pivot point, you're going to get all these, the classic and the Fibonacci, also the numbers, the prices there. And then we have the various levels, which are the ones we are going to look at shortly. Okay, I'll try and keep it a little bit simple because we have very fresh I would say fresh newbies who have not, gone through this lesson. They just want to have a fair idea about it. Okay, so we are going to talk about the pivot point and how you can use this, pivot point levels. It has parts. It has support, resistance levels, and then the pivot point itself. So how you can also use these support levels to set up your margin call drops. Okay, it's not mandatory, but it's also a type of technical indicator you can also use by yourself, and you just test it out, try it out with little minimum capital and see how it works. Okay, it's all about giving a try on the various indicators and see which one best suit your preference. Okay, we have a lot of types of traders. We have the scalpers, we have the swing traders, position traders, the algorithmic traders, and all the rest. So depending on the type of trader you are the scalper, you want to enter the market on the lower time frames, and all the other traders. So what is a pivot point? A pivot point indicator is a technical indicator that plots levels of support and resistance based on the time frame of preference. So remember the time frame you are going to choose. Okay, the time frame. So when you hear me say TF, the time frame that you are going to choose will also determine how these price levels are going to be calculated. Meraki has made it much more easy for us how they were able to result at these numbers. They do a lot of calculations quickly, so that whenever you choose a particular time frame, maybe you chose an hour, 15-minute, 4-hour, daily, depending on your time frame trading preference. Okay, so Royal Q would automatically calculate these pivot point levels. Okay, these pivot point levels, Royal Q is going to automatically calculate them and fix them in. So when you choose 1 hour, Royal Q is going to calculate according to the time frame you chose. If you choose 15 minutes, 15 minutes will bring the prices much closer to the current market price. The current market price is 19 cents. Okay, so if you choose 15 minutes, meaning your first S1, I'm going to talk about it, how they got how they calculate it on the standard calculation method. Okay, yeah, so I'm just briefing you a little bit on the prices and the time frame. You can equally use the Fibonacci also. So the pivot points are primarily used for identifying support, remember, and resistance level, making trading decisions. Whereas the Fibonacci retracement is utilized to identify potential levels of price retracement within a trend, aiding in trend following strategies. So the name retracement, Fibonacci retracement, is that. So let's look at what support and resistance is. Since we have support and resistance here, let's look at it, and then we move on to the pivot, what a pivot is and how to calculate it. Okay, are you following? So let's look at the support, hold on, and resistance. So we just keep it simple. So what is a support? Support is something that prevents the price from falling. So technically, support level is a price point. Support level is a price point. So support level is a price point, as you can see over here. This is the support level. So support level is a price point on the chart where the trader expects maximum demand in terms of buying into an asset. Whenever the price falls to the support line, it is likely, so as you can see, whenever the price falls to the support line, it is likely to bounce back. The support level is always below the current market price. So just have your book and paper, your pen and book with you, and then you just jot notes step by step. Okay, there is a maximum likelihood that the price could fall until the support consolidates and absorb all the demand, and then start moving all the way upwards. The support is one of the critical technical level market participants look for in a falling market. The support often acts as a trigger buy. So as sports traders, RAQ has both sports and future trading sections. So it has both market traders, those who love to trade the futures markets. It has made provision for you too, as long as you know how to trade the futures market. Then the spot traders, we look more to take our orders on the support zone because there are more buy opportunities on the support level. Okay, so let me clear here, and then we look also at resistance. So we have, anytime the price goes and then bounces, made two touches, we call it the resistance zone. Okay, now the resistance, as the name suggests, resistance is something which stops price from rising further. The resistance level is a price point, okay, on the chart where traders expect maximum supply, meaning they are anticipating a sell. You see, when the price goes up high, and then it will just retrace, and then you see it coming down. When it has bounced, it's like bounce on the ceiling, you throw the ball and then it bounces on the ceiling and it comes all the way down. So basically that's how the resistance work. The resistance level is always above the current market price, and the likelihood of the price rising to the resistance level, consolidating and absorbing all the supply and declining in, is high. The resistance is also one of the critical technical analysis tool, which the market participants look at in a rising market. So if you look at here, you see that this place market came here and then bounced off, came down, went again, bounced off, went to support, came down again. Then you see I told you that it can break this resistance. It can break it and move to the next resistance, maybe resistance 2. It can break and move up there. And then whenever it breaks, it always will come back and come and retest the previous resistance level. Now, this now becomes a support, which was previously a resistance here. So sometimes we call it like support equals resistance. Okay, a support line that has now turned into a resistance line. Likewise, a resistance line turning into a support line per how the market volatility moves. Okay, I hope you've gotten that one also. So let me take this one off. So let's move on to how to calculate the pivot point. Okay, so it's a 20-minute class. So the pivot point has, the pivot point has a support and resistance level. It also indicates trend direction and possible reversal point. Okay, possible reversal point. So how do we calculate the pivot point? So let's look at the calculation. So to identify the data range you want to indicate to calculate from, this is the calculation for the pivot point. But let me just, yes, this is a calculation for the pivot point. So the calculation is the PP is equal to the previous day high plus the previous day's low plus the previous day's close. Okay, previous day's high sorry, so you can just take note of the standard calculation. Okay, so just giving you a fair idea of how they came about with the pivot point calculation and how you see the S1 and the S2, which we are going to look at shortly. So the previous day's high. So the high, there are 3 things to note here. High, when I say high, the highest price during the previous trading section. So if you are going to trade with an hour, trading with the 1 hour time frame, then you have to go to your 1 hour candlestick, the previous 1 hour candlestick that's just closed, and then you put your cross share on it, and it's going to display that 1 hour's high, 1 hour's low, and then the 1 hour's close price. Then you come to your calculator and then impute it, and then you divide it by 3, and that would give you the pivot point level price. I hope you've gotten that. Okay, if you didn't get it, just rewind a little bit back and then you would repeat it. Okay, so let me take this one out. So when I say high, the highest price during the previous trading section. When I say low, the lowest price during the previous trading section. And then close is the closing price of the previous trading section. Okay, so the pivot point, most of the time, the standard, they calculate it using the daily time frame candlestick, the previous day's candlestick. But we have scalpers, and then we have some traders who want to use a current a lower time frame, which could be the 1 hour or the 30 minutes. So you calculate it accordingly, and then you're going to get your pivot point level price. So this level price, you just write it in your book somewhere, because that will help you to be able to get the various support and resistance level depending on the type of trader you are. This resistance levels can also help you to know, okay, where will I put my next TP? Depending on the type of trader you are, where will I put my next take profit? And obviously take profit are normally on the resistance level if you bought at the support, okay? And then those who trade the opposite market, they sell, they want to short the market, they would take their profit on the support level that they feel the profit is reasonable. Okay, so this is how to calculate the pivot point level. Okay, so let's move on, and then let's see how they calculate for the various ones. So let me just show, for the sake of the newbie, what I'm talking about. So this is the LOKA. Let's wait for it. Okay, so assuming I want to use the 1 hour, this is quite clear here. Okay, you see this one here, you see 24 high, 24 low, meaning that in the previous daily candle, the previous daily candles high and the previous daily candles low. Okay, now if you want to get the close price and the open price, you just have to, so let me take this one off. Sorry, you just have to use your crochet. Forgive me, I have a little sore throat, so this is the previous day's high. So if you want to get the close and the low, you see that, let me see if I can take a screenshot. Okay, so we are just using it to make you get a fair idea about it. Okay, so when you put the crochet on it, it's going to display. Let me use red. I think red is good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the low. Okay, and this is the close. This is the high, previous day's high, and then the open price, the price at which that candlestick open at. So everything is right here. You just have to know how to use the tools here on your Royal Queue to be able to get the various information. Then you can be able to calculate and set up your trade or make trading decision, whether immediately entering the market, or you want to go with the preset price with the various indicators that Royal Queue has given. So let's see the calculation for, let me delete this one. I hope you've gotten everything for so far. Okay, so let's go, let's check. So to calculate the S1, here we are using the hourly. So as you can see, this is just a fair idea, to give you a fair idea of how to calculate the support level 1. So if you check your pivot point, hold on. So I go here, just scroll. You type on the coin, just scroll, then come to 1 hour, 15 minutes. The 15 minutes. The pivot level prices will be very close to the market price, meaning you are a scalper, you want the market to buy the asset at least a little bit faster than the one who will use the 1 hour. If you use the 1 hour, the prices of the pivot levels support will be far like apart for the 1 hour. So as you can see, just let you see what I'm talking about. Just focus your mind here. Okay, so let's take the S1. We're going to calculate how they got the S1. So the S1, you see, this is on 1 hour time frame. We chose the 1 hour time frame under the technical indicator section of your Royal Q. So the S1 you see is 0.17 cents. Okay, now we're going to change it to the, let's change it to the 15 minutes. So change it over here. So don't get confused, when I tell somebody to go and change, they go up here to the main chart to go and change. If you go here to go and change it here, you will not get the effect over here. If probably you choose an hour and then probably you are analyzing the market with 15 minutes. If you come here and you want to use the 15 minute pivot point level, you have to change it to 15 minutes. Okay, so you see that when we change it to 15 minutes, the previous one we change it to 1 hour, the next support level where you can buy your next margin call was 17 cents. But here, look at it. Here you see is 0.18 cents. So meaning the one who chooses the 15 minutes is saying that he wants the robot to buy at this price level, and which will be a little bit faster. It will buy that margin call faster if you calculate it using the Tap Trader. You can use Trading View, but I use Tap Trader app to calculate my percentage drop. You can also use the price range on your Trading View to calculate from the current market price all the way to this market price level in the support section. Okay, so that was 0.18. Now this 0.18 cents is for the 15 minutes. That level is what you get. But for the 1 hour, it was 0.17 cents. Okay, 0.17 cents. So anybody that is setting up the margin call drop, obviously the one with the 15 minutes margin call drop would be bought faster if he calculated with this, and then the one with the 17 market has to go a little bit down further to that support level on the 1 hour to get to buy this margin call level drop per the market price of that. Okay, beautiful. So I hope you getting it. Okay, so we're giving the pivot calculation. So to calculate the S1, you have to take the pivot point times 2. So to calculate the S1, this is the calculation. You can screenshot it. So the S1, the pivot point times 2 minus the previous high. So the previous high, as I told you, it can be an hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, depending on the type of trader you are. So we have position traders, we have swing traders, we have the scalpers, day traders, and the rest. We have a lot of traders, trading types. So these depend on your preference. Okay, so for this tutorial, we are just showing you the standard way to calculate a pivot point level. S1, which is support level 1, S2 is support level 2, R1 is resistance level 1, R2 is resistance level 2, we have resistance level 3, likewise support level 3. It's Royal Q has used the classic calculation to do that, and has made it much more easy for us to just look at it. If you don't want to go through that calculation, just input that 1 hour or 30 minutes or 15 minutes or a day or 4 hour on the pivot point section in your Royal Q. Once you do that, Royal Q will automatically calculate it for you. Isn't that amazing? So once you do that, you are going to get your support levels where you can plot them on your margin call job section, or you can also use it if you are a futures trader. You want to check where you can take your next TPs. Also, you can also use that for your short sales. Okay. So futures you can trade both ways. They trade the buy market, which is the long, and then the sell shorts. So they trade both ways. But the only difference is in futures, you don't own the quantity of the asset you're buying. That is the only disadvantage about the futures market. If market, let's say, go against you like 100%, all the all your the price, the thing you bought, like, you get liquidated. So that's the liquidation they talk about in futures. You don't own the quantity of the asset. It's borrowed to you per the capital you are using to trade. Okay, and then the leverage you choose to trade. But for we, the spot traders, we deal with quantity. So we own the quantity that we buy on the spot market. So if I buy an asset and I get 1,000 quantities, I bought it at $1. If the asset price reduces to 50 cents, I will still have my 1,000 quantities of asset. Or if I even buy more, we're using the margin call job or the dollar cost average or martingale strategy, I will get even times 2 or even times 3 of that asset quantity. So that is the slight difference between the spot. The spot, we own the quantity of assets we buy, but in futures, you do not own the quantity of the asset. Should the market go further down or opposite to the position that you place. I hope you've gotten that one too. Okay, wonderful. So having learned how to calculate the S1 is the pivot point times. So remember, you have to calculate the pivot point first, the pivot point level. Okay, you have to calculate it. When you get that number, okay, when you get that number is what you will use. So assuming you got, let's say, 13 as the pivot point. Okay, 13 as a pivot point. When you want to get the x1, you need to what? Multiply that pivot point by 2. Okay, then when you get that answer, you subtract it from the previous day high, or from the previous high, if I'll put it, the previous high, because some people will use the day, okay, the D1 or the H1. So let me keep it simple, the previous high. Okay, and then if you want to calculate, let's get this one off. If you want to calculate the S2, which is support level 2, you need to what? Subtract the pivot point from the previous high minus the previous low. Okay, then we come to the resistance level 1. You have to multiply 2 by the pivot point figure. Okay, the pivot point figure. So we are just using 13 as an example, that's the pivot point we got after calculating. So if you want to get the resistance level 1, you multiply the pivot point by 2 and subtract it from the previous low. Okay, the previous day low or the previous hourly candle, the previous hour candle that closed. You look for the low, as I taught you how to look for the low by using the crochet. You just tap your Royal Q screen, and then you're going to get it. I pray you would remember it to the previous days, the previous hourly. So this is the crochet. You see how it's moving? Every candlestick you put it on has different open price different high price, different low price, different close price. So I'm putting it on this candle, which was 1 a.m. on the 6th of September. You see that the high is different, the low is different, the close is different price, the open is different price. Likewise, I'm coming all the way to 7 a.m. on the 6th of September. You could see the open price is also different, the high price is different, the low price is different. So likewise, the calculation of the S1, the S2, the S3, etc., and also the R1, the R2, the R3. So I hope you've gotten what I'm talking about. And then if you want to calculate the resistance level 2, you put the pivot point, and then into bracket you calculate the previous high minus the previous low. It's very simple. You just have to rewatch, and then you take a paper and a pen, you jot it, and then just try your hands on it. Okay, a Royal Cube has the pivot point classic standard calculation. So just want to give you a fair idea of how the pivot point, why we have the S1, the S2, and all the stuff. A lot of people are asking, they don't really get it so well, especially those who are new to these things. Okay, so the pivot point is also a good indicator where you can add your moving averages, your candlestick pattern. When all these things align towards the same trend, then you have the confidence that, oh, this market I'm going to enter is going to give me good profit at the end of the trading section that I choose per your time frame. So to conclude, how to plot the pivot point. So how to plot the pivot point, and then use the drops. So I'm going to, for spot trading, we are just going to focus here. So we're going to use the S1, the S2, the price, and remember this is 15-minute time frame, okay, on the technical indicator section of the pivot point. So we are using the 15-minute time frame for, like, say, a scalper, or you can also use the 1 minute, the 1 hour time frame, the daily time frame, to set it up depending on the type of trader you are and what you are, your profit appetite. If I would say that, your profit appetite. So you want to plot this. So I have already plotted the margin call drop, excuse me, the margin call drop pertaining to the pivot point, especially if maybe I don't want it to buy very fast, or I want it to buy very fast. It depends on what S1, S2, S3 support level that I want to use. So let me show you just a simple way. It's not compulsory, but that's another way that you can set your margin call drop. If you wanted to buy faster, you use the 15 minutes. If you wanted to buy moderately, you use the 1 hour. And then if you want it to take its time before it touches your USDT on the last 3 margin call levels, then you will use the 4 hour or the D1, because those ones, you see, the S1 and the S2 will be far apart. If one is here, the first one is here, the second drop might be somewhere here, and the third support level might be far away from this one. So basically that's how it is when you choose the higher time frame for that. Okay, so let's conclude by showing you how. So for this one, I'm using 15. The support is 0.18 cents 80. So looking at this one, I just go to my tap trader, and then where is my tap trader? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's wait for it to load. Okay, so my tab trader, the price I got for the S1, the S1 is 0.1880. Okay, so I want the price to buy when it gets there. So we draw it. So the current market price, just look at the brackets. Those who attended our previous sessions on the tab trader, you can use trading view, any one that you feel comfortable. It's your money that you are trading with. So what works for you and what you are comfortable with, you use those apps that will also help you. So I'm using the tab trader percentage range because Veracue has not put that one there. I'm sure in some few months they would be adding more indicators that will help us, tools, they'll be adding more tools for us to use. Okay, so let's go. So as you can see, this previous candle here is today's candle. Okay, the red candle here is today's candle. It has bounced off from the moving average, the yellow moving average here. So it really has been rejecting on this line. So that zone is a very strong support zone. It's really trying hard to break out of this support zone where market has bounced up and down, gone down, come back to bounce again, and is trying its best to break out, retest, and then rally upward on LOKA USDT. So we draw the line. The price was 0.18, the support level 1 on the pivot point of our royal queue. So we draw it to the 1880, and that will give us 2.88. Okay. Oh, good. I got it. So I'll say 3% drop. So on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th call of the Buidl setting, that's what I'm going to impute. Then I'll go to the support level 2. We have 1698. You go back to your tab trader and also tap on the screen. Just tap on it and the price range tool will just come up. Okay, so it says 16. So my next margin call drop will be around the 1658, I guess. So that's 14% drop. Okay, it's going to buy 8 times per the settings I'm going to give you. We have various type of settings. So this is for one shot. Okay, crypto thinkers, we have long-term cycle trading, short-term cycle trading. We have long-term one-shot trading and very short-term one-shot trading. So it all has a way that it's traded on. But this one is straight. The short term, the one shot, you want to just enter the market, and then once market picks the various margin call, it sells off, then you trade another asset, or you trade the same asset when it retraces back to the zone support levels that you have analyze the market with using either your moving average, your RSI, or other indicators, or price pattern, candlestick patterns. We have a lot of trading strategies that traders use. Some people use double bottom, where the market does a double bottom like a U shape, like this one, a W shape. So market has come here, bounced off, gone here, made a W shape, come back to the support level, and then broke the neck level, and boom, heading to the next resistance level. So some patterns here, we have this double bottom. It's like the shape of a W, where some traders will love to wait for this pattern to take place. Once it takes place and it breaks and retests, they enter on the retest rejection, and then they go up with the market. So that's one of the things that they also add. Aside imputing their various price points, some people can also go in with this candlestick patterns, and it also works fine, very well. Okay, so let's go and plot. Having learned how to use the S1, S2, S3 and how to calculate them, we choose our asset. So let's do it. I go here. You go to your Royal Q homepage. If you are the strategy setting, you just make sure if you are trading the sports market, choose sport. I had people coming to me. I think the newbies, they are still struggling with the orientation. I'm sure because they are new, they are now grasping it. Some of them have put their setting at futures, and then they want to trade the spot market, and then they come and say they don't see their money in their USDT. They don't know where it is. Some of them mistakenly go to tap on the futures when they are not trading futures. So if you are trading futures, you tap on futures so that the background will give you the settings for it. And then if you are trading on spot, you choose spot and then you click on the show button. Okay, let's go. So we cancel. Okay, so you just click on show. So if you are the strategy setting, wherever you are, whether the strategy or the home, whichever way you want to select your asset. So we are using LOKA. Yes, LOKA is one of the assets we trade a lot. So, and then we have already looked at our pivot point. So if you are a scalper, you want to use your 15 minutes or you enter on your 5 minutes. So we use the 15 minutes, and then we put our technical indicator time frame. You see the time frame is here. We are using 15 minutes. So, and then you tap on the pivot point, the technical indicator pivot point. That's our topic that we are treating. Okay, and then click on create. You click on martingale strategy boot. You click on create. You click on next, and then you head to trade setting. And obviously we've set a lot of trading strategy pertaining to your capital. Okay, so your capital will also determine how you're going to set your margin call drop. We also have Excel sheet on our lecture hall channel. You can join and then use our default Excel sheet settings also according to your capital preference. Okay, and if you want to trade on one shot mode, you can also trade on one shot mode. Once the market picks the margin calls and it does the first sell off, it completes it. It does the sell off all the way to the first buy in, and the whole warehouse levels, it will sell it off completely when it's on one shot. If it's on cycle for 30 minutes, it will cycle till you switch it to one shot before the cycle will stop, and then it will sell off completely once it's switched on one shot. So here is the Tinker Buidl strategy is 228. So if you don't have 228, you can divide the 228 by 2, and then it will give you a much less. So 228 divided by 2, you get 114. So if you have 114, you just you don't how do I call it, you just reduce the number of times. Okay, you just reduce it. But this is the strategy we are using for the Tinker Buidl 228 strategy. So we're gonna load it. We have a lot of strategy here. Let's see where it is. 220. Oh, that's it. So the 220, it has 9 margin calls. Okay, I'm almost finishing. 9 margin calls. So after choosing the template, you choose Sabi Mood real-time settlement. Now here, the Sabi Mood real-time settlement, it depends on the type of the trader you are. Some people want to be seen like profit being delivered straight into their USDT when it is made on the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, all the way upwards into their Binance USDT. Now, another trader would use the sub-bean. I've talked about it, and I've also given a write-up. There's a write-up on that, on the strategy mood, what it means and how it works when you choose them. And then the sub-bean mood is for the traders who would not want the profit to be delivered into their USDT as at when it sells off on the fifth sub positions. They want that profit to be what? Added to the existing quantity to lower down the overall average price, and this also will help the trade to sell off faster if the profit is being made consistently on the sub position sales. There are a lot of sales happening on those 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, all the way to 999 level. The sales will be added to the overall quantity of assets you have bought, and it will help to reduce the average price, the overall average price of the asset you are trading, and it will help the coin to come out faster, and then you can be able to trade another coin per your trading plan or your trading style. Okay, so I'm using this I'm using both. I'll use the sub-bean, and I can also use the sub-bean mood real-time settlement. So if I have 3 coins, we always say try and trade 3 different assets. Don't put all your capital. You have maybe $1,000. Don't put all the $1,000 into one coin, unless you know what you are doing, unless you are a very high skill trader and then you know how to manage your $1,000 on a coin, then you can go ahead and do it in your own way. But we want to manage the capital bit by bit, spread it on 3 different assets, because all the crypto coins are different. They behave different. All the crypto coins are different. They behave different. They move differently each and every day, each and every week. So that is why we prefer 3 assets. Okay, minimum of 3 assets. But some people, they don't have that much, so they'll be starting with 1 asset at a time till they build their capital to accommodate 3 coins or 10 coins or 5 coins per your capital strength. Okay, and then so we talk about the sub-bean, and then here, okay, let me take this one. Then the first buy for the Tinker Buidl strategy settings for one shot. Also, we have a lot of strategy settings, so you look at them, the one that best suits your trading style and preference, you use them. So here is $6. Now on Binance, you can put a minimum of you can trade with a minimum of $6 or $5, depending on the assets. Depending on the asset. So the first buy-in amount is calculated according to the currency per principal. Okay, so the RAQ would also adjust it in a way that it will be able to buy the first buy. So we put $6 here, and then for this strategy we open double position, meaning that whatever amount I put here in the first buy in, whatever amount I put here in the first buy, so I'm putting $6 here, and I open double position. Okay, open double position, meaning that when Royal Q executes my first order, the first buy order, is going to buy times 2, so 2 times $6. So you will see that it will pick $12 instead of $6 that I put here. So that's what the open position double is. Now when you are calculating the margin call drops, or number of times, that's the multiple buy-in ratio, is going to calculate it using only the $6 but not the $12 open double position. You get me? Beautiful. So open double position of the first buy amount, the first buy-in amount. Okay, it will not open double position for the the number of times if you've put 1. So when you put 1 time, meaning $6 times 1, that's what it means. It's not going to take $12 time. The $12 will only be taken at the first buy-in amount. Wonderful. You got it. And then the margin call is margin call limit is 9. Here we switch off the AI margin. There are some cases, some of the strategies we use the AI margin. When you see there's so much high market dump, there's a high market volatility, and the market is just going down. Bitcoin is going down, Ethereum is going down. Then you would want to switch on the AI margin. Probably you have bought margin call 4, and then you want the 5, the 6, the 7 to take a time to buy using the AI margin call. Okay, so and then the take profit is 1.7, whole position take profit, callback 0.1, callback is 0.1, buy and callback. So let's do it. So here is 6. Okay, then open position doubled, open it just like I've done here. Then we go to the margin configuration. So this is the margin configuration for the 228 Buidl strategy. Okay, so the first call is 0.1, second call is 0.5, third call is 0.8, fourth call 0.1, and then remember we went to the tab trader. We are using the pivot point S1, S2, S3. By this time you know what S1 means, S2 means, and S3 means. Okay, so once you get the price of those various levels, you just head over to your tab trader and then you draw with your price range. So if per what I did with the 15 minutes, I got for the 0.18 cent, I got 5% drop for my 7th call, which is my S1, the support level 1 on the pivot point, and I buy 4 times off the first buy in. Then on support level 2 on my 8th call, it was 10 pertaining to the time frame I used. Okay, so mine was 10% drop. So when the market drops 10%, it's going to buy 8 times off the first buy-in amount. Remember, the first buy-in amount is $6. So 6 times 8, that is what is going to be then. That's like $48 for the 8th margin call. So until it drops to that place, it's not going to buy that number of times. This way, if you don't want all your capital to be scooped very fast at the top of the market before the market starts going down further, then it should take its time to buy. Okay, and then we have the support level 3. When I calculated it per the time frame I used, it was 12% drop, and the number of times is 16. So just look at our strategy, the Buidl strategy. So 0.1, 1 times, 1 times, 1 times, 1 times for the first 4 margin calls. The whole warehouse, sorry, the whole warehouse mode 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and then these are sub positions. Okay, these are sub positions. So we have the 4th call, the 5th call 2 times, 6th call 2 times, 7th call 4 times, 8th call 8 times, and then the 9th call 16 times. So the drop, we started from the 7th, the 8th, and the 12th. So it will differ per the coin you are picking to trade. It will differ per the time frame you choose to use. Okay, so the time frame you choose on your pivot point technical indicator will also give you the various price. You can also use the Fibonacci retracement price levels also and impute it as up. Then you click on save. Then the TP, because when the market goes further down, there's a probability it pumps up high, and it can pump more than 20%, 30% before going all the way up to your first buy, and then the market will sell off. So we want to catch that pump. So the drop here for the sub position distributor take profit is 3%. For the fifth position, 3%, 5%, 8%, and 13% when it buys the last and the lowest margin called drop. And then we click on sure, we click on save, we click on sure. And remember, I'm using the sub-beam mode real-time settlement. You can use the sub-beam mode if you want your profit to be added to the overall quantity that it has bought to lower down the average price and make the coin sell off faster. But if you want to probably use the profit that is made to use it to cash it out to your funding wallet and use it for other things whilst you wait for the trade to completely sell off, you can also do that. So that is it for today on pivot point, how to calculate the pivot point, the pivot point levels, which is a support level 1, 2, and 3, and resistance level 1, 2, and 3, etc., depending on the time frame you use. So see you all in our next tutorial video. Royal Q is the best artificial intelligence crypto and future sport and futures trading app. If you have it and you learn the skill, you learn how to manipulate and twist around the settings, it can give you loads of profit. Royal Q has come to stay. Royal Q has been here on the Play Store since 2021 March, and next year March, Royal Q on the App Store and Play Store is almost getting to 4 years, and we have been here. Next year will be 4 years in the Royal Q business, and we are still learning all the new things that Royal Q is adding to the app to enhance our trading our trading levels and make us better and much profit than previous. Invite your friends, share the video across, and let all of us be blessed with it. God bless you. It's me, Mimi, and I'm Tinker from the Royal Q Team Crypto Tinkers. It's bye for now.